Welcome to Offensive, where we're NFL owners and we're going to do a mock draft. So prepare for danger.
I'm an owner. Hi, everybody.
Anyway,
We're
dude,
in
I'm
danger.
super excited to do the Chaos Wheel. So we're doing Chaos Wheel mock draft because everybody's doing the mock draft seriously. We're not doing it seriously here. We're doing chaos, and we're probably going to be closer.
We're probably better than them.
Dude, I guarantee you we're probably better than most of the mock drafts out there just based on the pure chaos of the NFL draft. So let's get into it. We are going to go. Let's add it to stage. Wait, come on, remove. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go Chaos Wheel. We've also got the mock draft up, guys. So we're going to do 7 rounds with the Packers. We're going to enter the draft and skip ahead and see what we got to do at pick 52. Okay, so we're pick 52. Now we're doing the Chaos Wheel. So it's a consensus, guys. We're not taking turns. We're going to do a consensus on what we do, right? So let's spin the Chaos Wheel and see what happens. And it's going to land on, surprise, surprise.
30 visits.
30 visit. We're going to get a lot of those. And you know what? If that's the case, that's fine because the Packers do that more than anybody else. They draft more of their top 30 visits than anyone else. So let's look at who's there. Iancor, Hurst, Brazel, Miller, Lee Hunter, Caleb Proctor, Romeo Height. Let's actually see who's available in our mock draft. So let's see. Jennings,
there's
Dunker,
Brazel.
Yep. Caleb Tierman, Josiah Trotter, Danny Dennis Sutton, Antonio Williams, Mike Washington Jr. Okay, let's go back.
Washington's on your top 30 as well, but
yep. Let's see. Will Lee, AJ Halsey, Malcolm DeWalt, Karan Prunty from Wake Forest. Okay, so already it looks like this pick would most likely be Mike Washington, really high because he's there.
Wow.
Yeah. Or I mean,
second round pick. That's just no bueno.
Potentially Caleb Proctor. I mean, Dominique Orange is not in our top 30 guys, just so you know. Romello Height is there. Remember, we took him last time, and we can't trade down. We cannot trade unless we land on trade guys. So we got to take a guy there. So okay. So our options are, from what it looks like, we're not taking a Tennessee wide receiver. Me and Doug will refuse to do that. We're not doing that. We're not doing. So our options are Brazel, Mike Washington Jr., Romello Height. Okay, let's double check to see if I missed anybody. Iancor's already gone. There? Hurst is there. Romello Height. Yeah, see, these are all later guys. AJ Halsey is there as well. But see, most of our top 30 visits are guys that are later in the draft. So, yeah, we are definitely stuck with, I don't know. I vote Romello Height here at 52. Doug, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we kind of have to because they do need an edge rusher, really.
Yeah, and he's a pure 3-4 outside backer edge rusher with crazy good pass rush grades, really good true pass rush grades. Not so good at run defense, but hey, I mean, if he does one thing well, it's a good thing to do well. So
yeah, that's the number one thing you need on a team. You need somebody that literally, hey, imagine a guy with real pass rush moves. That's crazy.
Yeah, real pass rush moves. Okay, so we landed on top 30. I hope we don't do it again, but at least, hey, it could be worse. It could be worse. We've got a lot of options. Okay, now we're going skill position. So, guys, skill position includes quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and defensive back as well. So it's very broad, okay? So we have lots of options
who's not on
here.
the line.
Basically, anyone who's not fat. That's right. This is the non-fat pick, which gives us lots of options. There's Devin Moore there. Chandler Rivers is there. Dalen Everett is there. Who else do we have down here? We can't take Logan Jones. We could take Genesis Smith. We could take
Hurst.
Yep. Let's see who's there for. Let's see who's there for running back. Okay, so Coleman, Johnson. Nope, none of those guys really fits this spot. Wide receiver, Ted Hurst is there, 97. Okay, so that's an option. We could do Ted Hurst, or I'd also say our boy Devin Moore is there. So do we go offense or defense? What do you guys think we do with this pick? Offense or defense?
I would prefer to have Devin Moore than Ted Hurst, even though Ted Hurst could end up being the better player. People are comparing him to like Larry Fitzgerald, which is insanity.
Yeah,
but like,
crazy.
Which is not, but it's a nice thing for people to say. But like, and as much, and hey, I think the Packers really need a red zone target. I don't know, and he could be one because he's like a jump ball guy. Also, he can do
Right.
jump
He's
balls.
6'3", 195. He's prototypical outside receiver. He looks kind of like James Jones. He feels like James Jones.
But he
I
has
just
ball
don't.
skills. If you just throw the ball up
Yeah.
to him, he's pretty good at that. And I really do want that bad. But we need cornerbacks so bad.
So bad. So bad. So I vote for Devin Moore. Hype Devin Moore.
Yeah.
Chief, you think Devin Moore is the right pick here?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's 2 weeks I've called for him.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, yeah. We all. David,
I'm never gonna say I was wrong.
Yeah, that's true. All right, back to the wheel of chaos, guys. Let's see what we get this time. So far, so good. 2 defensive players. Are we going to go? Okay, offensive line. So that's offensive line we're going to take this time.
Wait,
so
that wasn't D-line. That was O-line?
That's O-line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
so
O-line.
D-line, Doug, just so I can go back to the wheel of names. The O-line.
Yeah, D-line.
D-line
is,
has J.J. Watt right
Watt.
here.
Oh, I
that-
see.
yep,
It just
that's
looked kind of like a D for a second.
No, it does. Yeah, I get it. And it's got, cool stuff. So
Okay, JJ
Okay.
Watt, I get it now.
Here's what we go. So we got to go offense. So Jaeger Burton's there at 141. Casey Cage, Bo Stevens, Austin Barber, Isaiah World, Diego Pounds. I mean, anyone kind of in this 150 to 121 range, I think is doable here at pick 120.
Yeah.
Bo Stevens as a guard is pretty good. He had a really good year last year. Iowa offensive linemen are very reliable.
We love him.
He's 6'5", 315, so he's not super heavy, but he's a big guy. He's got decently long arms, so he's definitely a possibility. I thought maybe I saw him on the top 30. I know this isn't top 30, but I just want to see who we maybe brought in for top 30. It doesn't look like we brought a lot of offensive linemen in, if I'm being honest.
No, you brought in guys that are later on. You took.
Yeah. These 2 guys, Geske, way later. Okay. Well, it looks like we're picking on our own. So Jaeger Burton's another possible shout. Not quite as good. He is 23 years old. He's, I think, just a career backup. I don't know if the Packers would take him, but he did play guard in 2024, so he's got some versatility. He's a bit of a project, so maybe the Packers would consider that because we did just sign our center for the next couple of years, potentially. Dude, Trey Zune, I think, is a shout for us as well. He definitely needs a lot of work, but dude, his pass block grade is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. He just needs some reps. He needs to learn a little bit more.
And he played tackle a lot and center.
Yep. 6'6", 319, right? He played center for a couple snaps, but mostly left tackle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this guy's like a pure pass rusher. He just needs work on pretty much everything else. He's a terrible run blocker. But, I mean, that's a possibility. That sounds kind of like a Packers guy. I mean,
what about the guy from Illinois?
J.C. Davis. He's pretty good run blocker. He's overall pretty decent. He's 6'5", 335, so he's a bigger guy. 22 and a half years old. I don't know so much about him. I think Austin Barber's a shout too. A lot of people are saying this guy's underrated, but he's like more of a run blocker. He's the opposite basically of the other guys, where look at his run block rate of 90, pass block rate of 66. He's 6'6", 314, multi-year starter at left tackle. I mean, maybe somebody would move him inside, but Barber, a lot of people have the Packers taking him in mock drafts as well. I don't know. I'm leaning Bo Stevens here. I think guard would kind of be more realistic for us. But I don't know. What do you think?
Last year were really good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Green Bay's done well when they've taken Iowa linemen in the past.
We should. Yeah. We Iowa linemen generally don't bust out in the NFL sometimes, but very rarely. They're usually pretty much what people think they are. And this guy's pretty good.
Oh yeah. J.C. Davis. He could be a guard or tackle. Mm-hmm. He's pretty sturdy. He's pretty good at walling off the bull rushes and whatnot. But yeah, if I'm Green Bay, I just want to get Bo Stevens, just solidify the interior a little bit more.
I kind of agree. I'm not a Jaeger Burton fan, if I'm being honest. I don't necessarily want the Packers to take him. I'm not really into Cage Casey either. So for me, it's between Bo Stevens and honestly Trey Zune or Austin Barber. So I can go with any one of those 3 guys. Hype, who are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm really worried about our guards, especially with how Aaron Banks gets hurt all the time. So Bo Stevens makes sense to me.
All right, little guard help. Okay, there we go. Bo Stevens, it is. Okay, we're all the way down to 153. Let's see what the wheel of chaos gives us this time. And it's going to be skill position again. Okay, so we can get your wide receiver, Doug, maybe another cornerback. So let's see who's in the skill, or we could potentially get a running back. So running back, wide receiver, tight ends on the board.
Oh, tight end could be good.
Cornerback and safety. Okay, so Levon Moss, Jaden Ott, Cyrus Allen, Caleb Douglas. Ooh, Katron Allen's there, my boy. I really want them to take Katron Allen.
Tight ends there are not bad either. Eli might be decent. Julian
Neal's also there. Do we double up on corner, or do we take a running back here in the 5th round?
And then there's another pick at 160. So there's another pick like 9 picks later.
Yeah, so you could, you might.
I think Neal might be there, but again, this is the wheel of chaos, guys. It might not land on skill position.
Oh, that's true.
It could be piss off the fans and we take a quarterback there or something. Do you know what I mean? So you got to think ahead that you don't know what's going to happen, right? So my personal choice here would be Katron Allen. So that's where I would.
What do you think about the tight ends in this spot here?
I mean, Texas A&M tight ends just make me angry. Don't ask me why. I'm not a fan of Texas A&M tight ends.
What about Joe Royer and Eli?
Joe Royer is a maybe for me. I mean, his yards per route run is above average. His contested catch rate is way above average.
We need somebody that's more of like a blocking tight end. That
well, no, he's a receiving focused tight end. He's best kept out of blocking.
But Eli is the one I think that could maybe look on Eli.
Oh, Eli Reardon. Yeah, there's a Reardon. I forget how to say it. He's not bad.
His run blocking grade's not great, but I think he's like an athletic.
Yeah, he's right around average, though. He's average for tight end run blocking. So he's not a true one. He's more of a, more of a strong 2, but maybe that's what we want at this
point. It says here that he can block well, so maybe.
Yeah. A team that relies on 12 personnel, so plays a lot of big, if that's what the Packers are going to do. That is a possibility.
I think that they are going to. I think they want to do that. That's why they always keep on running Musgrave out there. But it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I can get behind tight end right now. But I don't know, Dave. What's your 2 cents here on this one?
For me, I actually want to get a tight end. I agree with Hype here. I think it's a good spot to get him in the 5th. I think there's a lot of it out there. I know you're not a fan of A&M, but Beer Kicker, because I'm too lazy to try to pronounce the real name. He's 6'5", 245, 10.5-inch hands. I like big mitts.
It says he's a tenacious run blocker.
He's tenacious run blocker. He's 36 years old. He's a day 3 depth option with versatile blocking. So I mean,
he's only 20. He's only 24.6.
I know.
He's kind of older.
I know. I'm just not a huge fan of this guy. I don't know. I feel like he's kind of gone up and down, but for me, I would much rather take Eli right here. I think Eli long-term is just a better player. 6'7", 252. He's a monster, right? So, I mean, is that
Notre
what we're
Dame's
going for?
Produced a couple of tight ends.
Yeah.
Especially
or Joe Royer, dude. I mean, Joe Royer is just like a fancy wide receiver. Do you know what I mean?
No, we don't need that. We need a guy that can block.
Okay. I don't know. I still think Katron Allen's the way to go. So, all right, we got to make up our minds.
Click on Katron.
Katron Allen? Yeah.
Yeah, because his stats are pretty impressive.
Elusive rating very high. Zone grade very high. Rushing grade one of the highest in the country, right? I mean, 5'11", 220, right where a running back should be. He's a bowling ball. He runs people over. He'll be useful as a committee contributor. So he's not necessarily like your one and only back, right? But as like a second back, which we've needed desperately, especially now that we've lost.
He can do pass protection. That's the big thing.
He can do pass protection. Yeah, dude. I think he fits really well into LaFleur's offense. That's just why I really like him. I think he'll be good with
we should probably get him, and we can take a tight end later also.
All right. You've been outvoted, Dave. Katron Allen it is. Now, let's see what the Chaos Wheel tells us to do. It could be piss off the fans and get another running back or something like that. Like 2 running backs in a row would piss him off. Oh, is it going to be? We got lucky. Skill position again. We got lucky. All right. Skill position. So we can keep.
Now you can go for your other DB.
Tight end, cornerback, safety. We can even keep running back if we plan on doing it. So Royer's still there. Raridan is still there. Julian Neal is still there. So, all right. Since I kind of got my way last time, Hype, what do you want to do this time?
It's okay. Tight end or cornerback, I think. Dave, what do you think between those two?
I'd go with Neal.
Yeah, let's go Julian Neal.
It's
Okay.
really it's a point of need. You need to get 2 or 3 solid cornerbacks. You know, him and more. I think that'd be a pretty stellar
Yeah.
draft for you guys.
If
So
one
we
of the
got-
tight ends dropped to the 6th round, that'd be really cool.
And
Oh,
I think
that's just it. There's like a dozen tight ends that are useful
yeah.
in this draft.
And so far, we've
pretty
gone
solid.
pretty good on defense. We got 2 cornerbacks and end. We got 2 beefy guys up front.
But I think
So,
right there in the 5th is when all the good tight ends get taken, like just
Yeah.
now.
right. We might have missed out on good tight end, but that's okay. We still got Tucker Kraft. I don't know if tight end's a huge need for us. Are we going to go
Oh.
skill or trade?
Here we go, a trade.
Nope. Skill.
Ah.
Dang, just missed it. All right. Well, that's okay. All right. So again, we can do
Just for
wide
curiosity,
receiver,
what was the best
tight
trade offer that
end,
you could have had? 'Cause
running
that would've made
back,
me
quarterback.
happy.
Now, I think wide receiver is very possible here. Again, we haven't taken a wide receiver yet. It's the 6th round. Right? I feel like they're going to get depth. There's a couple guys that are in the league, but
Derek's breaking
not
up a bit.
many. Being honest, I'm breaking up a little bit. Sorry, guys. So, all right, can you still hear me? Am I here?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're just fairly digitized.
Oh well, that's no good. Yeah. So at 200, Tanner Koziel, Daquan Wright, Xavier Thomas, Oscar Delp, Kendrick Law. I don't know about Dane.
Riley Nowakowski.
Yeah,
He was actually talking. I think Dane Brugler earlier today was talking about him, where it's just okay, just give me who's your guy later on, like on day 3, who's your guy, and he brought him
Yeah.
up. He says there's
Okay.
a couple of good guys on Indiana. You know, obviously he's only 6'2", but he's a great guy. He's a hold it together guy. He's the guy who you want in your locker room.
32 receptions,
Receiving is
0
good.
drops, really good run block grade. If not, maybe the best so far in this draft. Really good receiving grade. Yeah, it looks like he's a little bit underrated, probably because he's small and slower, but he's really good at football. So I'm good with that. I'm good with Riley Nowakowski. Doug, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm good with him, actually. I have heard a lot of people talk about him.
All right, back to the chaos wheel.
We got a tight end.
We got 1 pick left. Let's see what it gives us. Chaos wheel, what are you going to give us? Skill position again. I mean, I guess it always picks one, guys, that it likes the most.
Yeah.
At least it was skill position this time and not like D-line or something. So, all right, skill position again. We could get a wide receiver here. We could get a safety here, right? Let me see. Vinny Anthony's there. Badger now. Trevor Panola. There was a couple guys on the top 30. So, okay, this is a very Packers things to do is like draft somebody random that's like from a school you've never heard of, right? Like way far down. Jacob Thomas, let's see, 232. Wake Forest guy, 459, right? Let me see what we got for wide receivers. We got Kirsten Bresler gone. Anthony Smith, wide receiver, East Carolina.
No ranking. Yeah, go look at the wide receivers. Okay. Oh, yeah, Vinny Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony Smith, East Carolina. Let's see what this guy's
ADP 220. He's ranked 347.
What's he? He's 6'3", 189. Bit of a project.
He's a bit skinny.
Yeah, skinny. You know, he's got not a good drop rate. That seems like his drop rate.
I think though, if they draft, I think they would take a receiver here that he could either like be on special teams or a good run blocker, maybe, or something. You know, like
I don't know. They might want a project. So I think, or we could go quarterback too at skill position if you guys want to go Taylor Green right here.
Oh yeah,
right. I think that might be the play is Taylor Green. What do you guys
think? Is he the guy that can also play tight end or something?
He's the one that you think can play tight end. Yes. He can't actually play tight end.
I've seen a bunch of people say that one of these quarterbacks is going to go in the draft as a tight end. He
is such a good athlete that a change to tight end wide receiver could be in the cards. So yes, that's the guy.
Terrell Pryor. Congratulations.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe the Packers take him. I vote Taylor Green here. All right.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
Taylor Green it is. Yep. All right. Chaos wheel. What's it going to be?
This isn't really a very chaotic wheel. This is pretty much. Granted, you have skill is pretty generic, but
we didn't even land on piss off fans, so maybe that's a good sign. All right, now
we'll save that for the Bears.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Now we have to take a top 30 guy. So from that list of top 30 guys that are left are going to be way off the list. And I think this wide receiver guy would make sense. Anthony Smith is there. There's also interior offensive linemen, Illinois, Iowa, Let me see what else is there. Jaden
You
Duggar,
can't really-
Louisiana.
Yeah, an Ohio State interior lineman doesn't. Either him or Illinois, I'd say.
Yep. I think my internet's breaking up. I apologize, everybody, if it's terrible, but
It's doing okay now.
okay. Josh Geske, is he even on here? Nope, he doesn't even count. They don't even have him on PFF. It's got to be somebody at least on PFF, guys. Okay.
Right.
How about this Jordan Vanderberg? Let's see if Vanderberg's on there.
We need
just
a
gotta
D
find
lineman.
somebody. Vanderberg.
And
And
Packers
that's like
love taking like real D linemen that'll never play.
Go back to Van, and I think he was there.
was he?
Maybe just
There he is,
yeah,
Jordan
there you
Vanderberg. Okay. We love guys with German and Dutch
go.
names.
75.
Yeah.
That's big enough. That would work out pretty
He's the
solid.
newest tackle.
All right, we're taking him. Jordan Vanderberg. There it is. There's our draft, guys, with the chaos wheel, which wasn't that chaotic, honestly. I'm going to say that was pretty calm. That wasn't too bad. So we got Romello Height, which they gave us a D-. Thanks for that.
What?
Devin Moore, A, Bo Stevens, Katron Allen, Julian Neal, Rylan Nowakowski, Taylor Green, and Jordan Vanderberg. So this was beefed up. We beefed up in this draft. There's a lot of beef in there. Julian Neal's a big corner. Devin Moore's a big corner. Taylor Green's a huge quarterback that could do some stuff. Vanderbird's big. Katron's big. Bo Stevens big. So, this is kind of the beef edition of the Packers draft. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I wouldn't mind this at all, if I'm being honest. I would not mind this at all. So, Hype, how do you feel about it?
So I think this is a very good draft because people are starting to realize the past couple of weeks that the Packers really do need another edge rusher because we have one pass rusher that's good basically. Hargrave's pretty good too, but he's not really that
Situational.
He's pretty good. But anyways, when it comes to real actual pass rushers, we need somebody other than just Micah Parsons. Andy's going to be hurt for part of the season. So and pass rusher is really hard to get somebody good, as you've known from the Packers. They're so bad at drafting edge rushers.
Bad at it.
And I would say maybe they should never ever do it again. Just trade
Probably
for guys.
not.
But
I would agree.
if you actually draft someone that shows real pass rush skills in college and he grades really high and he actual moves, then I'm cool. I'm great. Because the problem is they just draft guys that have no pass rush skills and they're like, we'll just magically make them have some.
Yeah,
and
we'll figure out. No,
Well,
that doesn't really work.
Well, the
'Cause by
Bengals
the
finally
time-
learned their lesson. The Bengals
that's
no,
what
we
the
can't
Bengals
draft a
did.
defensive lineman worth our we'll just give up the 1.10. We're not even going to ask for another trade pick in back.
Yeah,
And
how was
honestly,
how was Shamar Stewart's
Because-
production last year? Oh, it didn't exist, just like in college. Did you guys notice
Right.
that? Because they were like,
They
"Oh, the
didn't even
Packers
get
are
him
going
into
to
the
take this
camp
guy."
because they didn't want to pay him for his
Mhm.
rookie freaking contract
Yeah,
because they're the Bengals.
So, and the Packers are going to play a bunch of zone and they're going to play a bunch of drop back, drop four zone. And as you know, tall cornerbacks are awesome in that. Richard Sherman, all these guys that made a living off of just being big and tall, not
I
necessarily
just love
fast.
hearing you say Richard Sherman's awesome.
he's good.
I hate
He
Richard
can't, dude.
Sherman.
I don't hate
On the
Richard Sherman.
field he
He's
is, but I know off the field he's not your favorite for the halftime show.
No, not at all. I dislike him. But
And he had a terrible 40 time too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we stop taking
But-
these fast guys all the time. They don't always work out. Take guys that can play football. That's the key.
You want someone who can play at 80% speed because they're thinking all the time and they're not just running and saying, "Oh shit."
Yep.
or you can jam up the receivers or make it hard for him to make his route do something. You know what I mean? You
Right.
need to impose your will on defense.
Right.
And if Micah Parsons healthy and starting, makes it a hell of a lot easier. And these guys Devin Moore, if you look at his tape, he's baiting wide receivers all the time and quarterbacks, making them think they're open. And he's like, "Oh, I'm 6'3.5. Bye-bye." And he just puts his arm up and grabs the ball. And I'm like, bro, that's actual football. It's not just athletes running around trying to be fast, playing football, being I know my strengths. I know how to make you think that you're doing the right thing, and then you're not doing the right thing. And then it gets in the quarterback's head, and then they're second guessing themselves where they can throw the ball or not. And that's awesome defense.
Well, I also like
Honestly-
him because you see him running downhill when he sees that it's a run play and he's tackling the running back.
Yeah.
If not at the line of scrimmage, shortly thereafter. And he's not afraid to put a lick on someone. Maybe part of why he had shoulder issues in college, but
Yeah, if he can stay healthy, he's good. And the thing I like about that I've kind of noticed this year with a lot of people, especially talking about the draft and talking about the combine, like we got all this analytic data. It started coming in about 20, 25 years ago. It got really big about 10 years ago. And now it seems like analytics is what got, Stewart drafted, or combine is what got this guy drafted. And it's like, we've almost forgotten that like some dudes just play football really well. And maybe you should just draft a dude that plays football really well, who doesn't bench press a lot, who doesn't run that fast. And I think we overcorrected on all of the data to where people are like, you know what, maybe there's too much data and we just need to watch this guy play football. So like, yeah, I want to get football players. I don't want to get guys that have RAS scores of 9.7. Like,
the Packers already kind of did that, right? They got rid of Quay and they got a guy who's just like a dog, who just wants to stick his nose in there and lead the league in tackles.
I would rather have a guy that's a little bit slower that knows where to run than a guy that's fast who has no idea where to go. You know what I mean?
He just wanted to be a pass rusher. Is really what he wanted to do.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
and maybe
you brought up a good point about a month ago, and you're talking about Caleb Downs. Did you want him or Sonny Styles? And you said, I want Caleb Downs because he's not really the fastest out there right now. So if you have a hyper speed linebacker, if he loses a step, then how far does he fall down versus Downs? He ain't really going to lose a step because he's not going that fast to begin with. So you got someone who can give you 8-10 years. And it's not just relying on their speed. Don't get me wrong. Sonny Styles sounds smart. He might be able to still, adjust and whatnot. I heard a lot of comparisons today to Urlacher to his game, except he's a little bit bigger.
And he was a safety, which is why people love to compare him. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
6'5", 245. Yeah, but yeah, I'd rather have a slightly smaller football player than somebody who runs a 4.3.
Than a physical menace that still needs to learn the game. Do you know what I mean? Yep. Like, that's kind of where I'm at now. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That was Packers sort of chaos wheel. Not that much chaos wheel, but it was still the wheel. So thanks for watching.
We'll get another one for the Bears real soon.
Did you like the draft?
I'm an owner.
So you got to listen to me.
Hey, Packers owners, did you like our draft? What pick was your favorite pick or something?
The left nostril.